According to the second quarter financial disclosures from the Trump administration, Donald Trump has been using his personal business to essentially act as a conduit by way of which the campaign funds from the Trump Victory Committee just flow right back into his own pockets. Because as we all know, it is 100% illegal for a candidate to spend any of their campaign cash on themselves. You know, they can't use it for personal gain, but you can use it for, obscure things like catering, whatever. Nobody really checks that. As long as you paid for food, you're okay. As long as you paid for an event space, that's an okay expenditure. But here's the thing. What happens when you, the person spending that money, are spending it on an event space that you own? Well, we all know the money goes right back into your pocket. So how is that not illegal? That's what I would like to know. How is that okay? But if you just put the money directly in your pocket, it's not. See, here's the thing. According to these second quarter financial disclosure forms, the Trump Victory Committee made 43 payments over the span of 2 days, from March 31st and April 1st, 43 payments from the Trump Victory Committee to the Trump Organization, to Mar-a-Lago, basically. Now, when asked why did it have to be 43 different transactions? They were told because at Mar-a-Lago, they can't process a credit card payment of more than $10,000. So this nearly $400,000 that this committee had to pay to Mar-a-Lago, they had to do it in all of these little incremental transactions. You would think somebody at the Trump Victory Committee would have a checkbook, right? There's actually ways for organizations, for committees like these, and businesses, multi-billion-dollar businesses like the Trump Organization, they can process large payments. I don't believe that at all. I've worked for companies. I've worked for catering companies. I've worked at restaurants that did catering, and they were able to take in payments of over $10,000. You gonna tell me that a little restaurant, a local restaurant, locally owned mom and pop restaurant here in Pensacola, Florida, has more sophisticated bookkeeping methods than Trump's Mar-a-Lago? I don't believe that for a second. I believe something sinister happened here, as should everybody, because that's what the president does. He is in it to put money in his pocket. That is what this is about. That is the reason he got into this game in the first place, folks. And he is doing it beautifully. Absolutely beautifully. 43 payments, most of them for exactly $10,000. March 31st and April 1st, 2020, they went into the account. And oh, by the way, this Trump Victory Committee is actually a joint fundraising committee of both the Trump campaign and the Republican National Committee, the RNC itself. They all put money into this. And then Trump likes to spend that money in his own places, so then it all goes right back into his own pocket. There is no way this should be considered legal. I know it is, but considering all the restrictions we have on campaign finance, sure, you can give unlimited money, but the person just can't profit off of that money. This should be illegal. This should be investigated, and we need a new law. You know what? Let's name it after Trump himself. That says you are not allowed to spend any campaign money, not even a friggin' penny, at a place that you own, because if any of the profits make it back into your pocket, you've just misused campaign finance money. Here's the kicker, too. Trump owns these businesses. He claims he's worth $10 billion. He could have very easily donated the space, donated the food, eaten the expense, or written it off as a donation to his own campaign. But he didn't. He made the conscious effort, the conscious choice to make sure that he charged the full amount so that he could make money. So that way, even if he loses this election, he still came out on top because he got to put all that money from those donors back into his own pocket.